So the new 2020 schedule for the rest of the regular season has been announced. And guess what? Watkins Glen isn't on there, but the Daytona Roval is. You do not need to have another Roval this year. Just why? I frickin' hate every single thing about the governor of New York right now. Cuomo is the stupidest person I've ever met in my life. I mean, I haven't met him, but I've heard about him. Like, absolutely, like, super inconsistent piece of crap that he is. Had to cancel 2 vacations this year because of him. Like, we're like the only state that's doing this stupid quarantine rule. Like, and sure, you can give 2 baseball teams waivers to not have quarantine, but you can't give NASCAR that? Wow! Had to give the New York Yankees, my least favorite baseball team, a waiver to not have quarantine, but NASCAR can't. And now, because of that, we have another Roval this year. We don't need more Rovals. God, I freaking watch them turn it into a night race. Watch them have the Daytona Roval be a night race. I swear, it's gonna happen. I mean, there's no question about it. It's just gonna happen. God, I hate Cuomo so much. He's ruined my entire life this year. And now, because of him, Watkins Glen might not have a NASCAR race anymore. At least not this season. And if I had to guess, I don't know. Watch NASCAR not put Watkins Glen on the schedule next year and replace it with the Daytona Road Course. Watch them do that next year. Like, Watkins Glen should move back to, like, May or something, when it's not as hot out. At the racetrack, too. If I made the NASCAR schedule, I would put Watkins Glen back in May, instead of having it in one of the hottest parts of the year for New York. I mean, it's not like you can do it with the rest of the racetracks, I guess, but still. I mean, but if they can put Texas in July during the day, during the middle of the day, when it's probably one of the hottest parts of the day, and they're gonna put a freaking NASCAR race there, and wow. Stupid freaking COVID ruining the entire freaking year. The schedule was bad to begin with. Like, what the heck? You didn't need... I freaking hate every single thing about this stupid schedule so freaking much. This entire year has just been a trash pile. I absolutely hate every single thing about this frickin' year. And also, why do we need another why do we need another Roval? Like, every track is gonna have a Roval. How much you wanna bet that in a couple of years, Talladega is gonna build a Roval instead of installing lights? How much you wanna bet that they're gonna do that instead of installing lights? And then have a freaking cup race there and ruin the entire track. If Talladega makes a Roval, they have basically ruined the whole track. Pocono has a Roval and it doesn't. Pocono has a Roval, but no lights. Indianapolis has a Roval, but no lights. Why? Like, they're... How... Like... With the way NASCAR is going right now, every track is gonna have a roval. Every track. Like, even Martinsville will even Martinsville will have a roval. It'll, like, go into the frickin' streets or something. God, we don't need more rovals. The schedule was fine the way it was. One roval a year is fine. God. I was hoping that Road America could have a Cup Series race. I was hoping that Road America could have a Cup Series race. But no, they had to give it to the Daytona Road Course. I mean, at least they can actually race there. I mean, you almost know it's gonna rain with the way this year has been so far. Like, every race has had rain. Every race has had rain. Like, God, this season's one of the worst I've ever been a part of. It started out decent. Now it's getting really, really freaking bad. God, I hate Cuomo so freaking much. I hate the Daytona Road Course so freaking much. What? Why? Why do you need to add a Daytona Road Course race? Watch them put it on the schedule next year. Watch them replace Watkins Glen with that next year. Either Watkins Glen or Sonoma. They're gonna replace Watkins Glen or Sonoma with the Daytona Road Course next year. How much you wanna bet that's gonna happen? Not to mention, 2 more races have doubleheaders, including Michigan. Michigan does not need a doubleheader. Michigan doesn't even need 2 Cup dates. Honestly, why does Michigan even still have a Cup date? Iowa would be a much better race to have 2 Cup dates than frickin' Michigan. It's just your generic oval. And the same people win on that track every year. Like, we don't need this track. I mean, I would probably say the same thing about Chicagoland, but at least Chicagoland has had good finishes the past few years. But Michigan doesn't have anything. It's one of my least favorite tracks. It's always boring, every year. Every year it's boring. And we already know who's going to win the races. It's going to be Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick. We already know who's going to win those races. And also Dover getting a doubleheader as well. I mean, at least Dover has different winners. Like, you already know the Michigan doubleheader. We don't need another doubleheader. This frickin' schedule frickin' sucks. I hate it so much. I hate it. I hate this schedule so much. And they couldn't move Daytona back a few frickin' weeks. They couldn't move Daytona back a few frickin' weeks. Instead, they had to add a 3rd race on the frickin' road course. You don't need the Daytona Road Course. We're already going there next year for the Clash. God, I hate this stupid schedule so much. I'd rather have them shortened to 34 freaking races than have them go through these. You know what? They should just shorten the schedule to 30 races or something next year. I mean, basically, we all know that the Daytona Road Course is probably going to have a Cup date next year regardless. Because a bunch of people are like, oh, this is going to be a great race. It's not. It's going to frickin' suck. God, I freaking hate this stupid track so much. Don't need more rovals. Forget Cuomo. Nobody likes him at all. Freaking piece of crap. Like, seriously, everybody in New York is complaining about what he's doing. Stupid, inconsistent piece of crap. Can't even have NASCAR be there for 2 weeks, but can have baseball be there the whole frickin' season. Are you kidding me? I would rather... You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I'm not watching the Daytona Roval. It's gonna suck. It is going to suck. I'm not watching it. I'm going to refuse to watch it, 'cause it's going to suck. And by the way, if someone who works at Talladega Superspeedway sees this video, which I do not think will happen, please, don't make a roval there. Just don't. So that's the end of this rant. Wish I didn't have to waste 12 minutes of my life making this video. But of course, stupid frickin' piece of crap, Cuomo. Why can't we get somebody? Like, the only thing that is good about his quarantine rule is that the cases are going down. I mean, COVID probably will be not a factor anymore by this time next year. We'll probably be living normally again by this time next year. Keyword is probably. But yeah. I swear, NASCAR's gonna replace Watkins Glen with that frickin' roval. God, I frickin' hate stupid frickin' schedules so frickin' much. Screw the Daytona Road Course. I am not watching that race. Goodbye.